The Zulu King Shaka, Episode 1. The Zulu King Shaka is a legendary account of one of the most influential leaders in South African history, King Shaka Zulu. Born in 1787, Shaka's rise to power and his leadership marked a turning point in the history of the Zulu nation. His story is told with mythical grandeur, with many elements that feel almost larger than life. Shaka's early life. Shaka was born to the Zulu chief Senzangakona and a woman named Nandi. According to legend, their union was not approved, leading to Shaka's difficult early years. He and his mother were expelled from the Zulu clan, and Shaka spent much of his youth in exile, raised in the Mthethwa clan under Chief Dingiswayo, a wise leader who mentored Shaka. From a young age, Shaka exhibited a natural talent for military strategy and leadership. While other boys his age played games or learned hunting, Shaka was already fascinated by the art of war and the strength of armies. His mother, Nandi, remained his primary support, and the bond between them became legendary. Shaka's rise to power. Shaka's opportunity to prove himself came when Dingiswayo appointed him to lead a regiment in battle. His innovative military tactics, including the introduction of the short stabbing spear, Ikawa, and the bullhorn formation, allowed Shaka to achieve numerous victories. These tactics made the Zulu army not only feared but also respected. After Dingiswayo's death, Shaka returned to the Zulu people, where he claimed his birthright as chief following his father's death. Through sheer force of will and his formidable military prowess, Shaka became king of the Zulu. Under his leadership, the Zulu clan grew from a small, insignificant tribe to a powerful nation, dominating the region. Shaka's reign as Zulu king. Shaka Zulu's reign is remembered for both its brilliance and brutality. On one hand, he expanded Zulu territory, uniting various tribes under one rule through conquest and diplomacy. His military innovations transformed the Zulu kingdom into a centralized state with a disciplined and effective army. His soldiers were rigorously trained, and their loyalty to Shaka was unparalleled. On the other hand, Shaka was known for his ruthless methods. According to stories, he had little tolerance for disobedience or dissent, punishing even the slightest betrayal with extreme measures. His grief over his mother's death in 1827 is a significant part of his story. So distraught by Nandi's death, Shaka declared a period of mourning, during which any violation of the mourning customs was punished by death. Some say this grief pushed him to make increasingly harsh decisions, contributing to his downfall. King Shaka Zulu, despite his prominence and power, did not marry and is not recorded to have had any official wives or children. This aspect of Shaka's life has been the subject of much speculation and discussion among historians and in Zulu oral traditions. There are a few reasons suggested for why Shaka remained unmarried. One, focus on power and military. Shaka was intensely focused on expanding the Zulu kingdom and strengthening his military forces. His life was consumed by his role as a warrior king, and it's believed that he may have felt marriage and familial obligations would distract from his responsibilities. 2. Paranoia and distrust. Toward the end of his reign, Shaka became increasingly paranoid and distrustful, particularly after the death of his mother, Nandi, in 1827. He may have feared that having a wife or heirs would give rivals a means to challenge his authority or cause internal strife within his kingdom. 3. Grief over his mother. Shaka's deep bond with his mother, Nandi, is a defining aspect of his life. After her death, Shaka went into a period of extreme mourning and enforced harsh mourning rituals upon his people. Some accounts suggest that he never married because he had a special reverence for his mother and didn't want anyone else to fill that emotional space. 4. Political strategy. In some accounts, it's suggested that Shaka purposely avoided marriage as a way of preventing any political intrigue or power struggles within the Zulu kingdom. By not producing an heir, Shaka may have been trying to prevent factions from forming around a successor during his lifetime. Despite this, there are oral traditions and legends that speak of women associated with Shaka's court, but none were officially recognized as his wives. King Shaka Zulu, despite his formidable and sometimes ruthless reputation, had several key allies and friends during his rise to power. Some of these individuals played significant roles in shaping Shaka's reign and the expansion of the Zulu kingdom, while others were mentors and comrades. Here are some of the notable friends and allies of Shaka. 1. Dingiswayo. Shaka's most important mentor and ally was Dingiswayo, the leader of the Mthethwa kingdom. As a young man, Shaka served under Dingiswayo after being exiled from the Zulu clan due to tensions between his parents. Dingiswayo recognized Shaka's potential as a military leader and helped nurture his skills. Under Dingiswayo's guidance, Shaka learned the art of warfare and leadership, gaining experience in battle. Dingiswayo supported Shaka's claim to the Zulu throne after the death of Shaka's father, Senzangakona, and provided military assistance to help Shaka rise to power. Dingiswayo's mentorship was crucial in Shaka's development as a leader, and the Mthethwa kingdom became a key ally of the Zulu during Shaka's early years. Dingiswayo's death at the hands of Zwaide, leader of the Ndwandwe kingdom, deeply affected Shaka, but he used the event to rally his forces and continue his military campaigns. 2. Mbopa. Mbopa was a trusted advisor and military officer in Shaka's court. He was known for his close relationship with Shaka and was an influential figure within the Zulu military hierarchy. However, Mbopa's friendship with Shaka eventually took a tragic turn. Mbopa played a key role in Shaka's eventual assassination. He, along with Shaka's half-brothers Dingane and Mlengana, conspired to kill Shaka due to his increasingly erratic and tyrannical rule, particularly after the death of his mother, Nandi. Although once a close ally, Mbopa's involvement in the assassination underscores the complex and changing dynamics of Shaka's relationships over time. 3. Mkabayi. Shaka's aunt, Princess Mkabayi, was another important figure in his rise to power. While she wasn't a friend in the traditional sense, Mkabayi's influence within the Zulu royal family helped Shaka secure his position as leader. After the death of Shaka's father, Mkabayi is said to have been instrumental in maneuvering Shaka into power, possibly by convincing the Zulu elders to support him over his half-brothers, particularly Sigajana, who initially inherited the leadership after their father's death. Mkabayi played a significant political role in Shaka's rise, making her one of his most important supporters in the early days of his reign. 4. Nzinga Kambo. Nzinga Kambo was one of Shaka's early allies and supporters from the smaller Zulu clans. He is remembered as a close associate who helped Shaka in his efforts to consolidate power and gain support within the Zulu kingdom during his rise to leadership. Nzinga and other local leaders were among the first to join Shaka's campaigns of conquest and expansion. 5. The Induna Zulu commanders. Shaka was surrounded by a group of loyal and trusted military commanders, known as Induna. These were some of his closest associates in battle, and their loyalty and effectiveness were key to his military success. Some notable Indunas who played critical roles in Shaka's campaigns included Nchingwayo Kamahole, one of Shaka's most trusted generals, who later played a major role in the Anglo-Zulu War, 1879, under Shaka's successor, King Cetshwayo. Buza, another key commander who is known for his bravery and tactical skills in battle. These Indunas not only served as military leaders, but were also Shaka's close confidants in matters of state and governance. 6. Henry Francis Finn. Henry Francis Finn was a British adventurer and trader who developed a close relationship with Shaka during the early 1820s. Finn, along with Nathaniel Isaacs and other European traders, arrived at the Zulu kingdom around the same time as the British were establishing themselves in Port Natal, modern-day Durban. Finn earned Shaka's trust after he reportedly treated one of Shaka's wounds during a battle. The two men formed an alliance, and Shaka allowed Finn and his companions to live and trade within Zulu territory. Finn wrote about his experiences with Shaka and his observations of Zulu culture, contributing to the historical record of Shaka's reign. While Finn was not of friends in the traditional Zulu sense, his relationship with Shaka was one of mutual benefit, as Shaka saw potential in Finn's access to European goods, while Finn sought to exploit trade opportunities in the region. 7. Nathaniel Isaacs. Like Henry Francis Finn, Nathaniel Isaacs was a British trader and adventurer who spent time at Shaka's court. Isaacs became acquainted with Shaka through his dealings in the region and wrote extensively about the Zulu kingdom in his memoirs. Isaacs, though not a close confidant of Shaka, provided valuable accounts of his interactions with the Zulu king, detailing the power dynamics and cultural aspects of Shaka's rule. His writings, along with those of Finn, are among the primary sources of European accounts of Shaka's reign. While King Shaka was an immensely powerful and sometimes feared leader, he was surrounded by key allies, mentors, and supporters who helped shape his legacy. Figures like Dingiswayo, Mbopa, and Mkabayi played critical roles in his rise to power and military success, while relationships with European traders like Finn and Isaacs provided insight into Shaka's diplomacy and interactions with outsiders.